September 6, 2022. The clock strikes 0 on the launch countdown, and launch director at Kennedy Space Center calls forth with a heraldic go, as 750,000 pounds of hydrogen fuel ignite in an apocalyptic blaze of dragonfire and triumph that propels Artemis rocket up and humanity forward into the future of space travel. At least, it should have. What actually happened was NASA had to scrub the launch because, and I'm paraphrasing here, space is complicated and stuff. However, while we were waiting for the hopefully successful next launch of the Artemis 1 rocket, sometime in September or October of 2022, let us regale you with musings of NASA's naming conventions, ancient peeping toms, and the history of the Greek goddess that hated sex but loved children, Artemis. What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode on InfoFeed Daily. In this video, we'll talk about the goddess of hunting and wild animals and her connection to NASA. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notifications for your daily dose of information. Let's get started. Now bear with us as we take a trip back to ancient Greece. I almost promise that this will make all sense in the end. One day, Actaeon, a champion of Olympus, once trained by the same masters as Achilles, was hunting with his hounds in the woods of ancient Greece when, instead of spying on the bounty of the game, he stumbled upon a beautiful woman bathing naked in a stream. So ravishing was her beauty, he could not bring himself to take his eyes off her, allegedly believing he had been graced with the presence of Aphrodite herself. Sadly, it was not Aphrodite, and she took being spied upon naked, as well as anyone who is not Aphrodite or a voyeur. Once she caught her secret admirer in the act, she forbade him from making a sound. As his friends called out looking for him, Actaeon attempted to call back, but was instantly transformed into a stag and ripped apart by his own hounds. This vengeful goddess, handing out lethal lessons in respecting privacy, was none other than Artemis, goddess of the moon and the hunt. Artemis was the daughter of Zeus and the twin sister of Apollo. Like her brother, she was born into the Titan Leto on the island of Delos after her mother, "I deny you the ability to give birth anywhere in Greece. I'll find a way, skank," waged some serious baby mama drama with Hera, Zeus's wife, and the queen of the Greek pantheon. It is said that Artemis was not only born first, but then assisted her mother Leto in delivering her brother Apollo, establishing her as a matron of midwives. But like most ancient Greek gods, she couldn't just pick a hat and wear it. She went on to become the chief deity of the hunt, animals, and the moon, as well as the goddess of virginity and childbirth, because logic. She was the protector of young women and the punisher of rapists, known for transforming women into trees or animals to protect them from cruel fates, but also transforming many who offended her or threatened her followers into animals to punish them. So what does any of this have to do with a rocket meant to bring about a new age of space exploration? Well, a few things. Chiefly, one of the primary goals of the Artemis program is to place the first female astronaut in history on the moon, as well as maintain a higher number of female personnel on the Artemis and attached Orion mission than what has been historically standard. This is said to be so that NASA can study the effects of long-term space exploration on the female body, as the Artemis program is the only one piece of a much larger puzzle that includes long-term research bases on the moon, as well as plans for Mars. One of the many concerns facing female astronauts is the fact that the female body is more sensitive to ionizing radiation, one of the great threats of prolonged periods in space. The other side of the story is simply NASA tradition. If you dig deeper into NASA's mythology, you'll find for every fantastic explanation of why NASA named any given program, i.e., Apollo streaking across the skies in a chariot just matched the scope of the Apollo project. You'll find another documentation of the same instance stating it was just a word that came out in a meeting and stuck. The fact is, many of NASA's naming conventions derive from Greece, or Greek mythology, including astronaut, literally translating into star sailor in Greek. This has been the tradition dating back to NACA, the predecessor of NASA. That's gonna be a wrap for this video. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you like this sort of content, and please feel free to comment down below what topics you'd like to see us cover next. Till next time.